Paducah sits just over the Illinois border, over the Ohio River. We have a very large river industry. We have a very large quilting industry as well, believe it or not. It's one of the things, there's a National Quilt Museum here.
I was actually born and raised here in Paducah, yeah.
Lived here all my life, born and raised in Lone Oak, graduated Lone Oak.
Lived here my entire life. Can't see myself wanting to live anywhere else.
It's a tight-knit community.
It was at nighttime. It had been raining earlier in the day, tapered off to more of like a mist, but the roadway was still wet.
This is OnStar emergency. What's going on?
I had a wreck and I'm trapped. My granddaughter's in here in the water. It's filling up with water.
We received tones from 911 dispatch that OnStar had notified them of an airbag deployment in a car wreck.
911, where's your emergency? The call came in from OnStar. It was about an overturned SUV occupied by two people, a grandmother and a granddaughter.
The vehicle had flipped over into some form of water, and the vehicle was filling up.
I'm going to go ahead and get some help for you. I have you on Lovelatesville Road and Hines Road. I'll get 911 on the line.
OnStar provided us with where the location of the incident was, how many was in the vehicle, what actually happened, that it was a rollover incident, that it did go down by a creek.
Seconds mattered in this wreck. They were having a hard time keeping their bodies, their heads out of the water to breathe.
Anytime you find out that it's a child and they're helpless, you're going to push that much farther and that much harder to get there and do what you can.
The vehicle was down in the ditch, deep enough to where you couldn't have seen the vehicle if you'd have just been driving by.
The ambulance just went by.
We're calling them back to turn them around, man.
OnStar was able to tell us that they do hear the sirens in the background. I was able to let them know whoever was close, stop, go back to where they were.
OnStar got us extremely close to where we needed to be and then talked us in the rest of the way.
We went directly to the rear of the vehicle. I could see the child. She was still seatbelted in.
Just keep her head out of the water.
And when I got to her, she was struggling to keep her nose just above the water line. Once I cut her seatbelt off, I ended up having to hold her up out of the water again.
She's out.
Supported her head the best we could, and I passed her out.
The sheriff's department got her out the rear of the vehicle, but the only way the grandmother was coming out was through the windshield.
There are certain calls where absolutely every second counts. The golden hour is always, in the back of our minds. OnStar advisors being EMD trained is a huge benefit for us as medical professionals.
When we get a call from OnStar and they let us know what's going on, if there's an airbag deployment, possible entrapment, or if there's any injuries, we can relay the information to the first responders.
The data that they can give as far as the injury predictions, how many impacts the vehicle is actually involved in, what type of extrication we could possibly have, let you kind of see a picture before you get there.
OnStar provided us with the information that I believe saved these people's lives.
Had it not been for OnStar, I don't think the child would be with us today. It was 100% effective.